Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop right here in the amazing Nashville studios today. And I want to talk about traveling with a firearm because just a couple weeks ago, I took my wife on a little vacation up to Colorado, and we were driving, and we flew to Colorado Springs, and then we're going to drive from Colorado Springs up to Vail, and it's like a 3-hour drive, and it's in pretty remote areas. And I thought, I want to have a firearm with me in case the car breaks down or something happens, because you just want to be prepared, right? I was a Boy Scout, and the motto is to be prepared. So I decided to take the firearm on the plane with me, and I heard a lot of stories about flying with firearms. I've flown with firearms before, but not recently, really, to be honest. So I said, okay, well, what's the rules? Well, the rules are you have to have the gun in a locked container, and that locked container has to be separate from ammunition. You can't have ammunition in the same container. So I said, okay, good. Well, we've got this little mini safe, we call it. So like a portable, we call it actually the perfect in-car safe, because it'll slip under your car seat. But it fits perfectly in your luggage as well. And it's really cool. It's a locking thing. It's simple. It's not like, super secure, but it's going to keep prying hands away from it. So bottom line is I went ahead and took the firearm. I put it into the case. I locked the case. I kept the key with me. I took the ammo, and I left the ammo in the original box, because they don't want it to be bulk, like in a bag, okay? They want it in the original box with the individual little slots there for each individual round. And I put that in a separate spot. Now, I didn't put the ammo in a safe, okay? I actually just put it in a shoe. But, so there we go, off to the airport. And like I said, we flew from Nashville into Colorado Springs. And Colorado Springs is a really tiny airport. Nashville has gotten really large. It's gotten much more trafficked, lots of different ports, lots of different gates. It's an international airport now, so it's kind of a big airport. So I go to the airport counter, and I get there early. Now, the key is that you want to have a little extra time, because you have to check in, and you have to check in with the full service one. You can't just drop your bags off and have a ticket. You have to go to the full service. And I said to the woman there at Southwest, okay, because I was flying Southwest. Now, every airline may have some different rules, but she said, okay, good. I said, I'm going to declare that I have a firearm. She said, okay, good. Here, fill out this form. So here's the form I filled out. Boom. Okay, and it says basically, it's a Southwest form that says firearms declaration tag. All right. So I fill the form out, and on the back, it has some rules here. It says firearm chambers are free of ammunition, and the magazine clip has been removed when applicable. Well, my magazine was actually in the gun, but it was empty. All right, so she didn't even look at that. Loaded magazines or clips are packaged to prevent accidental activation of the primer. It's kind of weird, but okay. The unloaded firearm is inside a hard-sided locked container, which is what this is, and I alone am in possession of the key or combination. All right, that was true. My total allowance of checked luggage contains no more than 11 pounds of ammunition, and it is securely packaged in an appropriate manner, which basically means, you can't show up with a bag of ammo. All right, they really like it to be individually packaged. So I go to the counter. I say, I'm going to declare a firearm. I fill out the form, and she says to me, okay, well, let me see the case. And so I open up my suitcase, and I open up the lock, and I show her the actual, boom, the firearm. And she says, okay, great. That's it. I locked it up and put it away. Now, pretty simple. I mean, a lot easier than I thought it was. All she did was take this tag and actually stick it to the top and say, you're done. And so I zipped up my suitcase and off it went. They didn't mark it as a firearm. They didn't do anything special on the outside. So they basically, shipped it off with me to Colorado Springs. So we get to Colorado Springs, nothing different. I pick up my luggage, get a rental car, drive up to Vail. Had a great time with my wife. Caught some fish. Went to the top of the mountain. And then we came back and drove back down to Colorado Springs and went to the Colorado Springs airport. And there it was even easier. Like I said, this is a really small airport. This is one of the old-fashioned airports where you basically have a parking lot And you walk in, and the gates are right there. There's no like tram or no separation, no big walk or anything like that. It's just a tiny little airport, although it's serviced by major airlines. And I go in there, and they basically say the same thing. Okay, well, I'm going to declare a firearm, and she says, "Is it securely packaged?" I said, "Yes," and she said, "Well, let me see it." So I open up the suitcase, and she looks at the package. She says, "No, don't even open it." And she's okay, that's fine, and she didn't even look inside it. And again, filled out a little form, did the same thing, stuck it on there. The form is designed so that if someone's actually looking at your luggage and they, like TSA gets through your luggage, they can see that, okay, yes, someone has actually declared that as a firearm. I will say to you that this key that is included with this safe is not TSA. It's not a TSA key. It's really just a normal lock. So if the TSA were to go through my bag, they wouldn't be able to see inside this thing, which I think is actually pretty nice. So bottom line is, we have a pretty easy transfer of firearms. And again, this is through Southwest. Some airlines may be different, but if you're going to travel and you're going to have a firearm, you want to have a firearm, you need to declare it before you get on the plane, because that'll solve all problems. Once they know about it, and you're not going to be in any trouble. If you don't declare it, you could be in trouble. Now, this safe is pretty cool because it not only is lockable and small enough, but it's going to take a full-size gun. Here's a Glock 17, okay, with a big magwell on it. And it will fit in here perfectly, just like that. And it will lock up just like that. So there you go. And anything smaller than that will actually work. I actually took a 43X with me, and bottom line is, it was a pretty easy process, and I wanted to let you know how easy it was, because a lot of people, there's a lot of gray area there. I actually, when I was planning the trip, I asked a bunch of different people, and there's a couple different answers. So what I found, like I said, through Southwest, was very simple. Just declare it, get there early enough, make sure you go to the full service check-in, and give yourself that extra 15, 20 minutes to, just get through the process, fill out the form. They slap it on there. Make sure the ammo's separate, make sure the gun's not loaded in the case, all that stuff, and you should be good to go. All right? Thanks for watching. I'm Lenny McGill. We'll see you next time.